Oh.
Now it's been quite a while since I've gone on a solo overnight camping trip, so decided to do that today. Found this great little spot that has a perfect cave to camp the night in. So just packed a little bag, grabbed my bow, and heading out there for the night. Worked all day today, got to work again tomorrow, so a bit of a time crunch, but it's a great excuse to get out into nature and maybe have a chance at hunting an animal. If I'm lucky, I'll see some rabbits, and if I'm really lucky, I'll see a deer or a pig. All right, the trail walking is over and the bushwhacking begins. Luckily, it's not too far to get to the cave. Now, there's a ton of game trails leading up to this cave, and there's definitely no people out here that are coming and visiting this cave. So, I'm not the first creature to use. So I may be the first person to sleep in this cave, but I'm definitely not the first creature to spend the night up here. Just coming up to it now, and hopefully no one's home. Oh, that didn't feel too good. But here we are. Not too bad. It's got an upper layer, or an upper level, and a lower level. Not sure where I'm going to sleep yet. Definitely going to have a little fire in here just to smoke out any critters that might be hiding in the walls in here. But definitely going to be dry if it rains tonight. Guess the only question is, do I take the high ground or the low ground? Well, I think I've decided that right here is where I'm going to be sleeping. So now to clean this out, start a fire, and hopefully get a little bit of hunting in before it gets dark. Here's where we're going to be sleeping. And let's go down into the other room and check it out. So this will be the kitchen then. Start a little fire in here. Just let the smoke go all through here. Cleanse the area. Both spirits and maybe any little possums that are hanging around. Well, camp's set up, fire's made, and we still got a bit of daylight, so time to do some hunting. So I've been hearing that grunting that I heard earlier almost every single night, and most likely it's just a pig, wild pig, which would be pretty awesome to actually get one of those, but there's also a chance that it's a deer, a fallow deer. They've got a pretty similar grunt or snort. And I've heard that they only do it during the mating season, so maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not one of those, but you never know. I've definitely seen deer sign on this land before. I found some sheds and a ton of hoof prints as well. I guess the hoof prints could be the pigs as well. Wow, well, I found something. It's not something I'll be hunting, but very, very cool nonetheless. An echidna. Take a look at this guy. And the defense is just to obviously ball up and show their spikes. And apparently it works pretty good for them. Makes me wonder if the indigenous would have eaten echidnas. I mean, I'm sure their quills would have been super useful for needles or stuff like that. And they sure would have been easy pickings if you managed to find one. Can't imagine they have much meat on them though. But then again, neither does a rabbit, so. I don't know exactly what I got here, but from this angle, it sure looks like the silhouette of a rabbit. So let's give it our best shot. It's definitely a rabbit. Damn, I was so close. I just hesitated too long because the silhouette honestly didn't completely look like a rabbit from my direction. It kind of looked like a stump or something. I didn't just want to blow up one of my arrows shooting a stump. But then as soon as it moves, you know, instantly it's a rabbit and you just regret not drawing on it. Alright, I found him. He's just running up the trail ahead of me. Hopefully I can catch up with him. Alright, I lost him. On to the next one though. Probably got another 20 minutes before I'll head back to the cave. It's starting to get dark. something right here. That was some of the closest grunting I've ever heard. And they're communicating because I heard it behind me as well. So I think I'm just gonna sit here for a minute till the sun goes down, and hopefully I can get some eyes on him. Well, the sun has officially set behind me. Time to head up to my little cave. No luck tonight, but had a lot of fun. Home sweet home. All right, so for dinner tonight, I got some grilled cheese sandwiches and some pumpkin soup. So pretty excited for that. But the first thing I'm gonna do is boil up some water and brew some kava. My first time trying kava. It's a tea from the island of Vanuatu. It's supposed to be somewhat like an alcohol replacement, so kind of give you a similar feeling. And smells super earthy, very natural. So to brew this stuff, you need 50-degree water, so not boiling. And then you let it sit for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna pour it in here, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then strain it through this tea bag that I have. And give it a sip, see how it goes. All right, there we go. All right, it's not quite boiling, but it's quite hot to the touch. I'd say that's pretty close to the temperature that we want. Should have brought my thermometer. So yeah, pour this in here and wait 10 minutes. This cave has gotten crazy warm. I can just imagine this would be like the perfect place to hide out during a big rainstorm. It's completely covered by the looks of it, like no cracks or drips. And having a fire in here, it just heats up. The heat just radiates everywhere and just like so cozy. All right, well, that's been about 10 minutes. See how this goes. Pour half of it on the ground, no problem. Guess you just have to wait for it to slowly drip through this tea bag. All right, well, finally went through the strainer. Took about 20 minutes to actually do that, but bottoms up. Oh, it's quite the taste. Really bitter and earthy. Yeah, tastes like dirt. And kind of gives you like an instant tongue numbing, mouth numbing effect. Well, we'll see how we feel in a little bit and start making dinner. Dinner tonight's pretty simple. Just gonna chuck the 2 grilled cheese sandwiches that I made on the fire. Those will crisp up and heat up the soup. Add 2 cans of chicken to this, just to get a bit of protein in the meal. I'm really smoking out this cave right now, and pretty happy about that. Just gives a lot less chance of any kind of critters crawling around in here tonight with me. Hopefully my smell keeps them away. That's pretty crispy, actually. Well, I think it's pretty much time to get to bed. Dinner was delicious. The kava was really nice, and I actually feel a little bit of a buzz from it. It's a nice little feeling. Kind of just like you had a drink or two. Nice and relaxed, a little bit floaty. Good experience. Feel pretty comfy, pretty safe, secure. Got my knife right next to me, just in case a wild boar comes storming in here in the middle of the night, thinking he's the only one home. I'll be up bright and early, and hopefully get another chance at a rabbit.
Had a pretty good sleep. Mattress went a little flat. But other than that, no visitors. Lots of wildlife activity outside, but I was safe and sound in here.
That was a great night. Really glad I camped in there last night. Very memorable spot, and I hope to be back here soon. See if we can get a rabbit this morning. Just coming up to the spot where I saw the rabbit last night. Hopefully he's back. Just went right through the fence. Well, saw like 4 or 5 rabbits this morning, so had a ton of opportunity, but in the end, they were a little bit quicker than me today. Gonna head back home, get ready for work, so tune in next time for another adventure.